Alrighty, so now that I have Llama 4 running both on my Spark, which you see on the left of the screen, and on my laptop, which you see on the right, the M4 Pro MacBook, I want to give them both the same question roughly at the same time and see how fast they can answer it. Let's find out. It's one of those tests people like to do, and I don't know what the results will be, but I'll be curious to see. So I'm going to post a question in both windows, and I'm going to say, if you were an elephant in Africa, what would be your main concerns? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. All right. My Spark got a 1/2 second head start. The local model is showing me that it's thinking, and by local I mean my MacBook model is already doing something. We're still waiting for the Spark. If you look down below, Spark is still preloading the model. I'm not sure, maybe the local one is preloading too, because the local GPU, there you go, Spark is already talking, and local is still taking its sweet time. All right, well, so far this is 10 points for Spark, 0 points for the MacBook. I'm assuming it's because MacBook is trying to make the model fit into its memory, and that's what's causing this delay. And it's still causing this delay. Like it's not even thinking yet. The GPU is still at 10%. I'm not even sure if this is going to work. I mean, Scout, the LLAMA 4 Scout, does need quite a bit of memory, and so there's a chance we're stuck. Let me see if I can switch the models around and try this with something else. Yeah, I mean, maybe I can wait for it for a minute. I don't know, but I'm impatient. I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna stop this execution, and I'm going to start a new chat, switch to a Qwen model, which is a pretty light model, do the same thing on the Spark. We're gonna switch to a Qwen model, and then we're gonna try the same thing again. Now, I don't know if, let's see, if we look at the MacBook, its RAM is sort of like fully occupied with all the processes. There's a chance we're gonna be stuck again. Let me try this again. So we're gonna put this here, put this there. Now the question is the RAM on the on the MacBook completely jammed with whatever I'm doing in my Mac? Let's find out. So, 2 questions, the same model. As you can see, Spark is loading it, starting to think, and I think my MacBook is completely stuck. There's no space for it. I mean, with a Qwen model, it's usually pretty fast, but right now it's totally stuck. I wonder it's because I'm doing this recording maybe. But look, we've got a full answer from the Spark, and it's just starting to think on a MacBook. All right, so basically my computer exploded. Riverside, what I'm using to record this video, is completely shut down. We were out of RAM. I'm assuming that's because I actually had multiple models like competing for space. I don't know, but so far, one to the other, Spark is doing really well because it's a standalone computer, it's a standalone RAM, and you know, I'm pretty excited. Like the fact that I don't have to explode my notebook while I'm actually getting responses from a model, that's pretty nice. I mean, you can say that I could just get a Mac Mini and stack them together. And like people do that. People have like a whole rack of Mac Minis doing this. So Spark is definitely not something special, but you know, it's nice to have a dedicated device to do your AI stuff. I mean, of course, normally this just happens in the cloud and you get your answer via the API and it doesn't explode your laptop. But again, between can I run this on my Mac? Should I run this on my Spark? Now I can definitely run it on my Spark and not worry about my Mac not being able to handle it. Which honestly, to me, like I have a MacBook Pro 16-inch, which is pretty nice, but it would be really nice to have like a really light laptop from which you can connect to your device, so you can travel around with a Mac Air and not have to haul this brick around and have all your compute be local to your environment, but at the same time like sit at home. There might be value to that. Onwards to more explorations.